Okay, this is a Friday. We are here outside of Márton Áron Dormitory, and here we have our lovely supervisor. Hi, Laina.
Hello, my name is Laina. I'm from Brazil. I've been living here for 3 years and a half now.
Okay, maybe you get a lot of experience dealing with people here. What is the positive aspects that you can check it about international students
Oh, so
using this space, especially the backyard?
actually it's really nice because now it's spring and during winter it's not really that well used, but wait, there are the birds. They are really
They are
active.
fighting, yeah.
Yes.
This could work for the reel, yeah, for make reels.
Yeah, so it's something dance happening up there. Okay, so it's interesting because when I moved here to the dormitory, this area was not open because the dormitory was under kind of reform, so it was like reconstructing.
Uh-huh.
But I think since it's been like a year and a half now, it was open, so the yard is used by many different students. And I saw that like last year, during like summer and during autumn, there is a yard that in the corner where you can play volleyball, and there are also some students using to play football and everything. So it's a great space how you can get together and you can talk. But I hope and I wish that moving on throughout the spring, we can even get together more and take care of our community because it's really beautiful and we come from many different places. I think all of us are from like a different country, which is quite precious, and we could use that. We can make friends, we can get together, and so we can definitely increase and improve the international community here.
Okay, nice. In average, how many international students are living nowadays in Márton Áron Dormitory?
Question. So usually like they're in the fourth floor, but we also have different international students in the other places. So actually this dormitory is mostly for the Hungarians from abroad. So the Hungarians that were not born in Hungary, but who were born like in the what is now like Slovakia or Transylvania, Serbia. So the Hungarians from abroad. For international students, I think around 200.
200 living
they
here
got
in these
the-
communitarian spaces.
Yeah, kind of give
Um,
or take.
This is kind of tricky question, but
sure.
how do you describe in 4 words the international students? Positive,
words.
negative.
Like the international students or the international experience here.
Okay.
Unique.
Unique.
Diverse. Spicy. I'm thinking about the spices when you're cooking. Like
Ah,
the kitchen, which is,
okay,
like,
okay.
different
Meals,
spices,
yeah, or the art of cooking.
Yes, yes. So like very spicy and friendly.
Friendly. Okay, nice, nice. So there's gonna be an improvement advantages since the rebuilding of this structure.
Yeah.
Mm, why they usually do here? I mean, nationals and internationals in this space.
So how do they use this space?
Yeah. Can you describe what are you doing in this Friday?
Yeah, so like right now we're having a Nowruz celebration, which is like the new year for those who adopt, I think, the lunar calendar or the Turkic calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a celebration because it's the beginning of spring and we wanted to get together. Also considering all the international conflicts happening right now, we thought that it's extra important to get together and just like celebrate, not just let it go by. Because it's something that would be celebrated, not in my country, but like in their countries naturally. So why not bring it here and then we can share our culture with each other. So right now we just use this space. We put together the table with like this like 7 elements, and then we mix the cultures as well because why not? We're here to learn. And so we got together and then we tried to jump over the fire, but it didn't really work. so yeah, we're like having an egg fight, and yeah, he won. so yeah, like right now we're using this space for that, but yeah, it can be used in many different ways.
Okay, nice, cool. You had the witness of so many changes here since this, I don't know, Gen X generation 2026. What has been one changes between each year, the new trend of international students who arrive here?
Right.
What has changed? What could be improved?
I see.
Some bad situations that you have lived here
I see.
that concern us as a community.
Yeah, That's a good question. We can go deep on it because there are like different issues throughout the years. But so yeah, so in the first year when I moved here, only one building was operational. So we had around like
The B?
yes, the big
Oh,
building was
okay.
operational, so we had around like 500-ish students because that's the capacity. And then for the following year, I think that mid of 2023, something like this, we had both buildings operational. So we had around 1,000 people. So like the
Wow.
community really like doubled, basically, which brings a lot of like it can bring people like it brings more people. Also, it can create more conflicts. Also, like how to manage everything and the resources.
Daily
And,
issues. Yeah.
Also, we need to learn with the regulations. For example, we didn't have a gate, but now like for getting inside the dorm, but now we need to use a card, and it's something that like we are trying and we're learning by doing. Also, the gym, we have a gym, but how to use that, and then they put the regulations how you need to be there with someone. So even like for the fire pit and like the whole area, like you need to have someone to like. We have the resources, but then the students start to use that, and then the dormitory tries to adapt accordingly to see what's needed. And of course, like there are some issues with the international students, and especially because of like if we are coming from different backgrounds, and it takes some adapting. And especially in the kitchen is the most colorful kitchen ever, because if you go to the other floors, because it's mostly like Hungarians in the other floors, and the last one the international students. Mostly. So in the Hungarian floor is like everything is kind of like organized and put in place, and in our floor is like everything everywhere, which can cause issues, and we can have complaints and everything.
Okay.
But it also just shows like how like it's really important for like to adapt and to integrate in the Hungarian society, because it's important for like the international students not just only
talk
adopt everything from the Hungarian country, but also bring some of the spice that they bring from their own countries, and kind of putting it together like what we're doing here right now is amazing, because we have people asking. We had like Andrea and Erving, Hungarians, who got to experience a little bit of it. So and learning by doing so.
Okay, I am referring to this question because I don't know, talking with the staff members of the dormitory. They used to say that some years ago this backyard was more active in terms of community. What could be the factors that implies that we are nowadays are we so active? How can we revival these golden years? It exists something like that.
We should definitely talk about that with Erving, because I used to live here in the dormitory like many years ago, and like things were different, and the community was really close together and it was really vibrant. But now it's like everyone is living their lives and kind of busy with that. So it's like when you're going around in the corridors, sometimes you don't even say hi because you just focus on your own life. And back then, like I remember some of his stories. Some people used to like leave the door open and then get together, and then it's just like very communal. So people would make a lot of friends. And here, like there's something missing, and I wonder what's missing. Like with the student organization now, they're organizing events like a cooking competition or a party. These events help to get people together. So I feel like. Perhaps the student organization can support, but also like having some interest from the students, especially in the beginning when they're moving in, to have more community events, and then because this will break the ice. Because breaking the ice
this
from
is
the
essential.
They will feel like not like, oh, I'm shy to talk to someone, I'm not gonna do that. But if you break it from the beginning, it's like, yes, let's go, we're friends, and then you create this family. So I feel like breaking the ice from beginning is really important. But we should definitely also brainstorm with other students to see what would take for us to get close again.
Here we are witness that we have living cooking competitions, Hungarian classes, practices, at least 3 parties of different events. Which other ideas you get in mind in order that the new coming international students who are gonna be here and this year integrate this community and at ELTE?
Well, these events do help, but I was thinking also like smaller scale. For example, for our floor, something that I would love to have done, but I didn't manage to. because a lot of things,
Yeah.
was to get together, for example, just like with the girls and have like a little women's circle where we can just talk. And also like in the first years, like just in the first years, the first couple of weeks, get together with the students. It can be in the study room where we can sit in a circle and we can even like share, okay, what are some of the issues that you're going through and how can we help each other? Because like if we are vulnerable, like I learned that like vulnerability is one of the doors for connection and genuine connection, because we see that we're not alone in our pain, in our struggle, but we have others. Even if you're struggling together, that's sounds better than struggling alone. So instead of being in our rooms and all kind of feeling sad and separated, isolated, I feel like opening is a space that we can just like talk. Even doesn't need to be like a whole cooking competition or something major. Just like, okay, every Wednesday evening at 6 we are here, and then let's just come and talk. You can share food or not. You can come and be in silence, but just knowing that you're not alone.
This is a very interesting proposal. I mean, because the majority of days we use the study room. I mean, just for study.
Yeah.
But I get the testimony. I don't know. Maybe you know her, Hiba, the lady for Algeria that he lived here, and
yes, I
she's a
remember.
mentor,
Yes.
and she shared out with us, with the international ambassadors, a photo about how you used to make meals in the, I mean, in the party hall or even in the study room. Like you appropriate those spices for socialize.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
true. You can be used for that, yes.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. Would you like to create something like that? Because you can do it. It's like something that is a bit hard for the supervisors is that technically the role is to like do the logistical part and it's like the administrative part. So not so much the social events with the students, that's more for the student organization. But for example, if you're really interested, and now we can get together, and it's only possible, it's only happening because everyone got together to do it. So we need the community to make this thing.
Yeah.
We just need to start.
Yeah. Thank you for the initiative.
Sure.
And finally, I don't know. There is something that you want to add to this short conversation. I mean, what could be your message for coming students of ELTE that when they receive the notice that I've been accepted in Márton Áron?
Okay.
Which kind of tips, advices you can give them before to arrive Hungary or when they already are here?
I see. The first thing that comes to my mind is don't let the distance from the university scare you, because it takes like usually an hour to get from here to anywhere in the city center, like 40 minutes an hour, and yeah, that can be a lot. But over time you can get used to it. But it's I mean, for me, like it's really, I like the distance because I always have an hour before anything, so I can prepare during that hour and also can see the hills and everything. So also like besides that, also being open-minded. And it's gonna be hard in the beginning because everything is new. You go to the market, which is like 5 minutes away,
Yeah.
and then you're just checking everything, and you have no idea like what this means. And especially if you have any dietary restriction, that you need to really check because you cannot eat everything. It can be really hard. So like in this beginning, don't be afraid to share that your struggle with other people, so you don't need to feel yourself like you're forced to smile or to be happy because you're studying abroad, and that's such a privilege. If you don't feel like that internally inside, because we can go through many different phases. You can feel sad, you can feel happy at the same time, at the same day. It doesn't matter, and you're probably gonna find people around you who are feeling the same, but they perhaps don't feel empowered, or they don't feel they feel shy to share that with you. So you can be that person who is like open-minded. You can like embrace others around you, because sometimes you just need that to create community and to create a family here. So especially in the beginning, because everyone is open for it. So keep it going. You got this, even when it's hard, and you already made it here to Hungary. So guys, you deserve the best experience here.
Okay, this is a very good suggestions in terms of distance from here to the university,
you
how
can do
to
your
deal
readings
the
on the way.
daily days with shopping, and how try to socialize and hang out with other students. Just a tricky question. we noticed that here at ELTE we are 5,000 students, and but just in this dormitory like 200, and in total the 7 dormitories we are like 500. Um, uh, what do you think about this proposal that we can deliver to Temple's Foundation Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship? Like, wouldn't be okay if more percentage of students could live in in these dormitories, more than 20%, or there is a proposal that maybe we can stay here more than 1 year, unless the life of the program. What do you think about it? And it could be possible. What is the different ways to action as us as international community kind take in our hands this kind of actions?
Yeah, definitely. This is an important question. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what can be done because it's about like the regulations at the campus, foundation level, also at the university. So also for the amount of the scholarship, which is quite low if you consider the price of living
Yeah.
and everything. And if you're living outside the dormitory, it's you really need to have a job.
Yeah.
And now the students also need to pay for the dormitory. It's basically you have to have a job so you can maintain yourself. If you don't
Yeah.
have the support from your family or extra funds from your country, so I believe that something that should strongly be revised because the scholarship now is the same amount as it was in the beginning. And
Yeah.
I think 2013, 16, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scholarships is the same, but the country is very different and inflation is very different.
Yeah.
So it should definitely be updated to be according. And as for the spaces in the dormitory, yeah, I believe in accessibility, and after the first year, not everyone has the conditions. I didn't really have the funds to be able to live outside, so I was really trying my best and working, and then I to find this opportunity here to stay in the dorm and to be working here, training for the accommodation. That's what makes makes it possible for me to even be living in Hungary still, because
Yeah.
it's really hard to live outside. So. I'm not sure how we can change it, but I mean, for example, luckily, like getting together, talking about this. If you can draft a proposal to the
Collective
campus,
petitions,
yes,
yeah.
like making a petition to change and everything. Because if there is enough movement, and maybe not a revolution that side, but if there is enough movement, we
Yes,
can create
the
a
small
change.
steps.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
little by little, putting it together, because then as you can get a more percentage of students to stay in the dormitory, or even changing how the application process works to try to find the students who actually need a place in the dormitory, not just kind of trialed by either by connection or by luck, by chance.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
sorting by who needs it, and then the scholarship amount reaches.
Yeah, I guess these factors that you mentioned are very deep, very systematic, in maybe one of the factors that why the communitarian life is kind of deteriorate nowadays, because people are busy working or studying hard, and it's not because they don't want to get involved. In some cases it's just basically surviving. Yeah, but
Yeah, becomes survival. That's
but
true.
but thank you for your testimony. We already buy you, and hope that this video and the student blog gets your testimony.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time, for considering me for this, and I hope that we can create some changes here.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.